Hi, this is Sunny. Welcome back to my podcast. I talk about life transformations with the power of unconditional self love. Honoring our body as a sacred vessel is the most important thing, and sometimes we forget about that. Or sometimes we feel that our body is not good enough or not enough. But let me tell you, it's sacred. It's sacred. Why? Because it carries your soul, it beats your heart, it breathes your life. Yet, most of us hate the mirror and we try to skip rest. We punish our body with crash diets. So we got to ask ourselves those questions. Are we doing enough for that? So this video is going to be all about how we can honor our body as a holy home. So place your hand on your heart and take a deep breath and say to yourself, my body is sacred. I honor it now and ready to make peace with it. And let's transform. And I'll be sharing all those practices and how we can start thinking in a positive way to honor our body and feel that it's enough for us. So my today's video is all gonna be about how we can accept our body the way it is and honor it as a sacred vessel. There's a silent heroism in our body, and we don't recognize it. Our body works 24/7, and still we are ungrateful about it. Our heart pumps 100,000 times daily. Our lungs deliver 20,000 breaths. Our legs carry our dreams. But the truth is, through all those griefs, through all those stresses, through all those joys or traumas, it never quits, even when you criticize it. So it's a wake-up call that our body hate is not going to take us anywhere. It's just like biting hand that feeds us. So the best action that we can take to accept our body the way it is, by thanking 3 parts aloud. Oh, my heart, I thank you for beating. Oh, my legs, thank you for walking. Oh, my lungs, thank you for breathing. And after that, you will feel that shift, because that gratitude is the first step to reverence. So whatever words we use in our thoughts or while we speak, that mirrors our body's destiny. Because the body hears every criticism. Whenever we keep saying that we got disgusting stomach, we got thunder thighs, we got chicken arms, it absorbs that hate. I'm skinny, I'm this, I don't look good, and all that kind of stuff that we keep saying to ourselves. But there's a way we can change the whole game. We can start using positive words for our body, and words become our beliefs, and then beliefs become the reality, because there is no point of using harsh words which will create a tense body for you. So kind words will always have a relaxed home. Would you let someone to talk to your child that way? Your body is just like a child. Your body deserves better. You're worthy of whatever you've got. There's an acceptance of your body because you cannot get rid of it. And there's something that we can always keep improving on by going for a walk, by keeping ourselves away from stress, by mindfulness, and so many other practices. So there is a daily ritual which acts like a mirror gaze. And you can say that I honor this sacred vessel. Do this 30 seconds in the morning once you wake up and 30 seconds before you go to bed. And see how that transformation starts happening and how you start accepting yourself the way you are. And the tension will start melting down. There's always a spiritual aspect of everything that we do on a day-to-day basis. And there is a spiritual aspect with our body which says that our body is a walking temple. So spiritually, your body is a divine real estate. Okay? Your body is a vessel to carry your soul. And your soul chose this exact form. Why? Because every scar, every curve, every part of your body is part of the complete sacred design. And the ancient wisdom says that your body is a temple. It's not a cliche. Okay? It's the truth that we gotta accept. From Hinduism point of view, yoga says that your body is a physical form that houses prana. So prana is your breath or your life. And from Christianity or the Bible point of view, your body is something that was fearfully created and wonderfully made for you. So there is a heart meditation that you can do. So put your hand on your heart and say, this vessel carries my light. I cherish it. And breathe 5 times. So if yogis, saints, sages revered bodies as holy, then why do we think it's a trash for ourselves? We gotta elevate our temple, our sacred vessel for carrying our soul, by accepting the way it is, and also following spirituality in terms of the growth of the physical body, by not just feeling stress about it, but by understanding that, what exactly our body's potential is. And start doing something physical which can slowly and stresslessly transform it to something that is really and truly meant for your soul. You would have experienced those kind of situations wherein you can listen to your body, before it screams. So by that I mean that you will come to know that there is something going wrong in your body. And then body whispers that kind of thing, whispers that kind of needs. For example, on a day-to-day basis, whenever you're feeling hungry, your body whispers that, right? And if something is going wrong in your body, then your body screams with that pain. Such as tired eyes, and sometimes you need rest as well, and the body is really looking for that rest. Maybe you got some tension around the neck. Maybe there is a stress alert, or sugar crashes that we get in case if you're not eating properly. So if we start ignoring those kind of whispers or signals coming from our body, it's gonna burn us out. It's gonna give us a lot of physical problems, right? So there's a shift that we can do by honoring ourselves and by keeping that as our priority for us all the time. Why? Because then by honoring our body vessel is giving us more energy, right? So I will give you my example as well. So sometimes I go through sleep issues. The majority of the people are going through that kind of problem. It's not insomnia, but it's something that I need to focus on so that I'm able to go to the bed and sleep properly for 7 to 8 hours every day, right? So I'm working with that, but that progress cannot happen until you really understand and try to get into a discipline wherein you know that if you don't sleep for 7 to 8 hours, then the next day is gonna be less energetic. You will not have that kind of great focus towards your work, or maybe focus towards something that you really want to achieve next day. And then it disturbs your whole discipline or the entire routine of the day as well, right? So when we have to do those kind of transformation, we have to tune into our body and listen to our body, okay? And then give it a pause, when we are trying to get deviated or get distracted from that, from the discipline. And then we got to ask ourselves, body, what do you need? Do you need water? Do you need sleep? Do you need food? Do you need to go for a walk? Do you need a stretch? Do you need a nap? And obey immediately, because if we overlook on all those immediate body needs, then what happens is it keeps accumulating, and then our whole discipline, our whole routine is devastated completely. So, the way we can honor our body vessel is by tracking 3 body signals a day. And you got to listen to those signals. You got to understand why they're coming and then respond to them by tweaking or modifying your body discipline. For example, you want to go for sleep early, in the evening, or you want to go for a walk every day, or so on and so forth. I mean, I'm just giving you examples. The best example that I can give you is I've been type 2 diabetic since the age of 30. And at one stage, my body was something wherein, it was demanding some kind of transformation because my sugar levels were also, kind of like up and down. They were all over the place. And then I started looking into videos which were all, made on intermittent fasting. I started intermittent fasting, and then it became a discipline for me. And now my sugar levels are always in control. I'm going for my workout, I'm eating healthy. And that helped me to transform into a body vessel where I can remain slimmer and fitter for my entire life until my body allows me to do that. There is another most important aspect of our body vessel, which is taking rest. But in today's modern world, right, we're always hustling. We're in a culture of competing, comparing ourselves, right? And we want to earn more money. We want to go ahead and thrive in our lives, but we forget about that aspect of taking proper rest. And this hustle culture today calls that rest as being lazy, which is wrong. Rest is required as it's a sacred restoration. It's a maintenance that we require on a day-to-day basis. So what does science plus spirituality say about that? Science says that sleeping heals our DNA. And spirituality says that Sabbath honors our creation. So if we are burning out our body by not taking proper care of our body, by not giving it much rest, that goes against the principles of spirituality. So there's a radical act that we can take. If we want to go for an afternoon nap, we should go for an afternoon nap because our body is looking for that. If we want to have that early bedtime, we should adhere to that. I mean, let's get into the culture of early bedtime as well because our body needs it. It needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep so that your next day is full of energy. If your body needs rest or if your eyes needs rest, right, put your phone away or, turn your phone off. And you can always keep repeating that mantra for yourself that resting honors my vessel. So just imagine a couple of truths from the Bible, right? Jesus used to take a nap in storms, right? And then from Buddhism point of view, Buddha sat under trees, right? So sacred rebels like that, they used to take proper rest to honor their body vessel. And so should we. Our body vessel is our royalty, okay? And we got to nourish our body vessel just like a royalty because this sacred vessel deserves king treatment, okay? Not punishment, I'm talking about. We sometimes go ahead and punish our body by feeding an unhealthy diet, right? And by feeding in stress, by not taking proper care of our body, by not taking rest, right? Or by not drinking enough water. So we got to understand all those areas so that we could start loving ourselves and start loving our body vessel like that. So there's a shift that we can do from there. Note all those areas wherein you need to improve yourself on, or you need to grow your body vessel, such as if you want to have more water, or probably if you want to take more veggies, or if you want to go for any kind of workout, then you need more protein, right? So you can honor your body on a day-to-day basis before you have any meal by saying, this food nourishes my temple and I am eating this food mindfully. and keep your phone away, and taste that food as if you're getting the blessings from the divine, from the universe, from the God, the creator. And the most powerful move that you can make is by replacing one soda with water today. And then you will feel that how your clarity rises after that. Because we gotta fuel this royalty wisely. As I talked about, you know, doing a little bit of physical activities like maybe going for a walk, maybe going for a run to the gym, or whatever that is, right? It's called as a sacred dance for our body. And the sacred dance should be done to celebrate, not to punish our body. But majority of the time, what happens is we push ourselves to the extreme limit wherein our body is not meant for that. And then we keep repeating that. And what it does is it ends up hurting us by giving us some kind of injury, right? So as I talked about, walking, you can go for yoga, which is good for your energy flow, and maybe dance, any kind of physical activity that you enjoy to the most. So if I give my example, I love calisthenics and I do it from my heart, and it became a passion for me. So similarly, we can all figure out what is really suitable for our body. If it's walking or doing any of the physical activities that you love to do. And see, you would have felt that on your own, that when your body is active, it's physically very energetic, right? There is a natural highness, okay? You don't need anything to become high. It's that energy keeps you going all the time. And then also, we got to make sure that if that energy is getting drained out in some or the other way, which is not necessary for us, we gotta keep a close eye on that and make sure that we do not do those kind of things which are really not required for our lives. And we use that energy in the most effective way as we can. So there is a ritual that we can do on a day-to-day basis, just for 5 minutes. We can do jumping jacks, so probably we want to do certain push-ups, right? Or we want to go for a quick walk for 10 minutes or something like that. Whatever suits you. Because what then it does is it gives you that energy back. And then you can again utilize that energy for your work or whatever that is. And the mantra that we can use is by thanking our body for this dance. So you can say, "Thank you, my body vessel, for this dance." Ask yourself that question today. So when did you move your body for joy and not for calorie burn? Because if we do not enjoy what we are doing in our lives, then it's always pushing us to do certain things, and then there's always a gap of fulfillment. So this sacred dance that I talked about is all linked with the fulfillment that it gives you. And that's what I'm talking about. It's called as joy. So everybody can create that sacred vessel revolution, okay? Because your body is your holy ground. It's a walking miracle. So our souls chose our body vessel, and we got to stop that war going in our heads, that emotional war as well. That we feel like our body is not enough. Instead of that, we got to start worshiping it the way it is. So it's a 7-day temple challenge for everyone who is watching my video right now. And this is what we got to do on a daily basis. We got to mirror our blessings for only 30 seconds daily once you wake up and before you go to bed. We got to find 3 body thanks on a day-to-day basis for what we are exactly grateful about from our body vessel point of view. And the third and the most important thing is we gotta find out one body signal that we need to obey. So comment below that your body is sacred with your biggest body inside, because it's gonna be very encouraging and motivating for others who are watching this. At the end of this video, I would appreciate if you can follow and subscribe to my channel, like and share this video with people who really want this kind of wisdom, because I will keep bringing in a lot of content, and these things would keep motivating me to bring a lot of content around unconditional self-love. Our body is a physical vessel, and this vessel also requires growth. And we got to identify the growth areas which can really give us joy and fulfillment at the same time. And if we block our body growth or this vessel's growth, then it starts giving us repercussions with some physical illnesses or something that we really don't want to face. So it doesn't mean that we got to be strict with our body. It only means that we got to do something which is really joyful and fulfilling for our body. And our body also reflects our true nature of our soul as well. So we'll keep saying that unconditional love is not just for your emotions, for your mental health, but also for your physical health. Because what you are is what you're gonna get. This is Sunny, signing off. Take care.